A pleasant comedy by Soft Effects titled I Hate Micro-Science hard disk drives. There's one of them now. This is the model HH612C 10 megabyte model, and its mean time between failure hours must be around 10,000. That's alright. I've learned how to fix them. Let me show you how to fix a Micro-Science hard drive. I'll fix it alright. The secret is you have to reformat them. And this is the most economical way to reformat a Micro-Science drive. This fixes them Micro-Science drives alright. This fixes them real good. Most hard drives have a non-destructive format. Not with Micro-Science. Always remember that a format destroys user data. You can double the speed by having another drive at track 0. This procedure works equally as well for Miniscribe drives. Like any good formatting program will do. The head select, of course, is done automatically, making it fairly easy to do the overall process. Uh-oh, that was a seek error. That'll have to be done again. Of course, to protect the floor, you have to put a mat on there. Oh yes, we've gotten very good results. Very good results. Now after a procedure like this, it's a good idea to closely inspect your drives. You don't want to give a drive back to a customer that has problems. That external warping is a symptom of some bad tracks, so you'll have to watch that when you format it for DOS. The Miniscribe, there are no bad tracks, but you should inspect a little closer. Sometimes you can find that some parts do come off. Now I'll see if I can focus in on. Oh yes, there you see one of the EPROMs has come off. So you'll want to take and put that back into its slot on the board. I'll demonstrate how to do that here. Now it's a little crooked, so you'll have to use a special method. You take something heavy like a hammer or a big wrench type affair, and you just see if you can get it seated here. Oh, I broke that one. Well, you can always use substitutes. Holy mackerel, that. Oh, I got part of it in. And, yeah, it mostly broke. If you don't have a big hammer or something around, you can always use a freshly formatted drive. See, there's another EPROM for that deal. Whoops. Okay. So you can just tap right up another drive. Eh? There's all sorts of ways of doing it, of course. Most of us just shove it in. Make sure none of the legs go crooked, of course. Post-visual inspection is important, of course. Take a close look at any relays that may be on the units. Any crooked transistor should be straightened. Oh, it looks like we may have trouble plugging in the interface cable to this one. The manufacturer obviously didn't take care in choosing shock resistant ICs, and this PC board wasn't shock reinforced. There, now that EEPROM's installed properly. Switch settings are always an important thing to get right. If your absolute filter comes out, it's a simple matter to stick it back in. Uh-oh, this one has lost its seal. This drive may not be recoverable. I've noticed another problem with this drive. It has to do with the spindle motor. And as you can see, this one is loose. This drive should work pretty good for... This is the Micro-Science. One of their downfalls is the old split plug. Switches 9 and 10 are intact, and I'm pretty sure they are supposed to be the other way. No, maybe 9 should be off. Yeah. Another hard plug-in place. Now you see, there's a good design. That's on the Micro-Science, surprisingly enough. Those transistors there are protected by armor. Very good. I think I found a problem with this Micro-Science. So this crystal, I don't think it's gonna work anymore. Most of the plugs didn't do too bad on this board. This is the motor speed control board, and that's where the index sensor plugs in. It's not too bad off. You can still plug it in. The power plug still retained half of its polarity. This is where the head stepper motor plugs in. As you can see, that plug did pretty good. But the interface to the processor board, I think that will not be too easy to plug it in. Again, for those wrecked plugs, if you have trouble plugging it in, what you do is you set it all up in the right place so you can plug these plugs in. And there's the stepper motor. And the read-write heads, they're doing fine. Just plug them in there. Like I said, the sector deal. You'll want to put all this stuff together first before you attempt to plug in that interface to the logic board. Now you just get it lined up there, you see, as best you can, and then again you take something heavy and force it a little bit. I think that's got it. Oh yeah, that worked real good. See that? Look at that. Those two are plugged together. Very good. Very good now. Oh, I unplugged it. Oh well. I can always plug it in again. Another thing a conscientious technician will do is have a look inside. Just a quick peek inside to see if there's any damage to the heads or the tracks. Well, I think there has been a little bit of damage. See, on that head there we have a bad erase coil. The erase coil has completely come out. And I think that dent there will mean a bad sector or two. The stepper motor band is still in fairly good condition. It does have a few loose ends, but it still got life. Yeah. Always check the head assembly for a free, easy flowing seat. And as you can see, it still spins really good. the Miniscribe unit didn't work out as good. You can see it doesn't seat freely, and I don't think that'll spin up very good. No. That's due to the loose motor, as we saw before. You know, it's pretty loose. Yeah. Oh boy, that'll be some bad tracks. Ooh, those two. Maybe this drive isn't going to be usable. I don't know. When you have the drives open like this, you have to remember to be careful. Don't drop anything on it, because they are fairly fragile, you know. And there's your ultimate goal: a freshly formatted Micro-Science and a freshly formatted Miniscribe drive. Gives you a good feeling when you do good work. Watch for my next training video. I'll be covering the topic of aligning full height floppy drives. There'll also be one available on quick installation of RAM on 8 MHz XT boards. And I'll also be covering the formatting of full height IBM 20 MB drives. So until next time, happy computer fixing.